Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a journey deep inside the body to uncover one of its most important and maybe least known components. It's a kind of hidden superhighway that connects everything together. So, let me ask you a question. What single nerve could possibly connect your brain, your voice, the very beat of your heart, and even your gut? The answer is the vagus nerve. Now, you might have heard that name tossed around before, but its true scope, its power, well, that's what makes it so absolutely fascinating. Okay, let's dive right in. Section 1, the Great Wanderer. We're going to start by figuring out what this nerve actually is and where it gets that really cool name. And that name? It's perfect. Vagus is literally Latin for wanderer, and that is exactly what this nerve does. It's the longest of all the cranial nerves, and it just meanders, wandering all the way from the base of your brain down into your abdomen. To be specific, it's the 10th of our 12 cranial nerves, and it starts in a really important spot, the brainstem, in a part called the medulla oblongata. We're talking about one of the most ancient, fundamental parts of our brain, the part that controls all the essential stuff we never even think about, like breathing and our heart rate. So what really makes it so special? Well, for starters, it's a mixed nerve, which basically means it's a two-way street. It's sending commands out from the brain to your organs, and at the exact same time, it's bringing crucial sensory info back. It handles both voluntary stuff, like swallowing, and all the automatic functions we don't control, like our heartbeat. All right, let's move on to section 2. A nerve of many talents, because this versatility is what makes the vagus nerve so incredible. It's not just long, it's a true multitasker. You can think of it like a Swiss Army knife for your entire nervous system. So let's break down its main jobs, because there are a few. On the motor side, it's controlling muscles in your throat for swallowing and speaking. On the sensory side, it's sensing touch and pain in your throat and even parts of your ear. But it also acts like this internal spy, constantly reporting back to HQ on stuff like your blood pressure and what's going on in your gut. And get this, it even plays a small role in taste. It really does a bit of everything. Okay, section 3, the body's brake pedal. And this is a big one, because beyond all those specific little tasks, the vagus nerve has an even bigger job. It's like the conductor of your body's internal orchestra, governing your entire state of being. To really get this, you have to understand that your body has basically two main operating systems that are always running in the background. You've got the sympathetic system, that's your fight or flight response, it's the gas pedal. And then you have the parasympathetic system, your rest and digest response. And yep, that's the brake pedal. And this right here is where the vagus nerve absolutely takes center stage. It is the main channel, the superhighway for your entire rest and digest system. It is your body's built-in brake pedal, the thing designed to bring you back to a state of calm and recovery. So what does that actually feel like? What is this chill nerve doing in action? Well, it's what slows your heart rate down after you get startled. It helps calm your breathing. It kicks your digestion into gear. It's basically sending a message to your whole body that just says, hey, everything's cool. You can relax now. So, section 4, signs of trouble. If this nerve is so critical for keeping us calm and collected, what happens when it gets damaged? Well, as you can probably guess, the effects can be pretty widespread. And the symptoms are a direct reflection of all those jobs we just talked about. Damage can cause a hoarse voice or trouble swallowing, maybe a weak gag reflex. And because it's the body's main brake pedal, if it's not working right, you could end up with a constantly rapid heart rate or all sorts of digestive issues, simply because those rest and digest signals just aren't getting through. So how on earth do doctors check the health of this super deep internal nerve? It seems like it would be tricky, right? Well, there's a surprisingly simple and elegant test that you've probably had done a dozen times without ever realizing what it was for. It's the classic say-ah test. Here's what's really going on. When you say ah, the vagus nerve is what tells the muscles in your soft palate to lift up that little hanging thing in the back, your uvula. If both sides of the nerve are working fine, it goes straight up, right in the middle. But if one side is damaged, the healthy side is stronger and it pulls the uvula away from the injured side. It's just such a simple visual clue for a really complex neurological problem. So cool. And really, this quote just sums it all up perfectly. The vagus nerve isn't just another nerve. It's unique. It's the only one of the cranial nerves that travels way down into the body, connecting your brain to the organs in your chest and your abdomen. A true wanderer. So when you put it all together, what's the big takeaway here? We've seen how this one single, wandering nerve pretty much controls our ability to rest, to recover, to digest, to be calm. And that leaves us with a really huge and exciting question. As the master of rest and digest, could this wandering nerve actually be the key to our overall well-being?